I wonder sometimes when I read scriptures where Jesus uses just life to explain life, and sometimes he uses sheep, and sometimes he uses things that has to do with farming, wheat, and that sort of thing. And chapter 15 of the book of John, of the Gospel of John, he talks about vineyards. And he uses the description. He says, he talks about the vine. He says, the vine, well, that's Jesus. He said, the people, the man who, or person who takes care of the vineyard, the husbandman, that's the Father, it's God. And then he talks about the branches, and he refers to us as believers that we're the branches. And he talks about the work of ministry as he would talk about taking care of a vineyard or whatever it is you may be growing. And see, that as a farm boy myself, I understand these concepts. I understand about animals and raising animals, taking care of animals, and about watering and planting and all that sort of thing. But I think about people who grew up in the city, and they've never really been to a farm. And I've known people like this, and they just have absolutely no concept about farm life. And so I wonder when somebody like that would read these type of illustrations if they understand. So I'm here to help. And basically this, God is talking about spiritual life and spiritual development, and about fruit, producing fruit. In other words, if you have an orange tree, then you have oranges on that tree, that's fruit. That's for those of us here in Florida. But if you have apples on that tree, well, that's your fruit. And all the things it takes to produce those good oranges or those good apples, it has to do with watering, making sure it has plenty of sunshine, the right kind of soil, all those things that are ingredients in making the fruit that you desire to produce. So he takes this into a different realm. For he that soweth to the flesh, now we're talking about referring to the vineyard as that which is also of the human body, and the things that we do to produce good fruit in our human bodies. Because you see, the truth of the matter is, most people spend a lot of time taking care of the body, which we should, because it's important that we do. We brush our teeth, comb our hair, take baths, take care of the medicines and all those sort of things to make sure that our bodies are functioning well. But he says that for him that soweth to the flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting. So the concept is simply this, is that we should be as concerned about taking care of the spiritual person as we are the fleshly person. In other words, we make sure we comb our hair, brush our teeth, do all those sort of things. We should also make sure that we're studying the Word of God and allowing His Word, which is the seed, he says, allowing the seed to take root and grow in our lives, and spending time in the presence of the Father, that we would grow and nourish our spiritual person, that we would be a person who is learning how to walk in faith, and as a result, produce good fruit. This is Pastor Jack King with the Gospel on the radio broadcast.